This video I'm going to show you how to create vectors, store values inside them, as well as sum on those. First of all, let's look at this problem. It's basically a sum of two numbers. Answer equals A plus B. Well, as we know, there are many ways of making the same problem. One of them is this, or another one could be, instead of using these three variables, we could just make a vector and store all the values inside it. So, what's a vector? A vector is basically like a box where you can store many values of the same type inside it. In order to use vectors, we need to include this library, which is called vectors. So first of all, let's write our main. Then we need to create our vector. But how to do that? First of all, let's write vector to tell the computer we're gonna use one. Then between angled brackets we type the value, type of value it's gonna use. In this case, integer is good. Then the name, let's call it sum. And well, so far this line over here is legal. If I put semicolon, it's all good. It works, but it doesn't do anything. You can't store values inside it because it has no positions whatsoever. So it's not any useful. So let's do this. Let's put 3 and 0. So basically this 3 over here declares what the size of the vector is. And well, we need three positions. One that represents A, another one that represents B, and answer. So it's 3 positions, 3 values, and 0 represents what all the positions are going to be set as default. So it's going to be 3 positions, and each of those is going to have the value of 0. Basically this. And now we need to ask for 2 values, A and B, so let's make a loop. Let's do integer I equals 0, I is lower or equal to 1, and I plus plus. And now let's ask for the values. Give me the value number I. Now, vectors, we have 3 positions, but vectors do not start from position 1. So instead of doing 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be 0, 1, and 2. Positions start from 0. So basically we can use I in this case to set the position we want to use on the vector. So it's going to be sum between brackets the position, which is going to be I that represents 0, and we're going to use the value, that position, to store the value. So it's basically give me the value number I, which is 0, but it should be 1, and it should be stored in the position 0. So this should be good. Then we can use another function outside the loop to make the sum. So it's going to be sum of the second position, which is the third value. Remember, it's 0, 1, 2 equals sum in the position 1 plus sum in the position 0. That's gonna make the sum. basically we can see out now the answer. So the answer is and some 2 underline, and let's write return 0 so that the main actually ends. Now let's make this big thing a comment so it doesn't break our code, and this should be pretty much the same as the first one. So let's see, give me the value number 1. That value is going to be stored in the position 0, so it's 1. The value number 2, 4, and it should be 5, the answer. The answer is 5. There we go. So basically this over here represents this, and this over here is this, and we summon the answer with a cout and saying which position we want to summon. Now this problem itself, we don't need vectors. I mean, it's pretty simple. So, but maybe like in a problem like this, which I basically ask a number, let's say 13, and I need to get each digit separated. So it's gonna be 1 and 3, and then that 1 and that 3, I store them inside a vector, and then I use another vector that counts how many times each digit appears. So at the end, what's gonna print is how many times each number appeared. So it's gonna be 1 appeared 1 time and 3 appeared 1 time. That's a more difficult problem where you can actually make use of vectors as an easier solution, while in this case it seems actually harder. But well, that's it. Thanks.